next section is going to be a little bit more interesting, as we can use these not display what we believe, but what we can do is highlight some of our ministries, and these will then link to the pages we have created. So let's open up the list view again and see what we have to work with. So we have two rows here. The first row is a container for this top part, and the second row is a container for the bottom part. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom part where we have 3 sections. So this row has 3 columns, and each section has an info box and some text. So what I'm going to do is remove the info box. And then instead, I'm going to add an image, insert before, image, media library. We'll choose this. And let's do the same for all of these. So remove the info box, insert before, which gives us an option here to add a different image, different block. Choose an image from the media library. And then one more. Remove, insert before. This time I can do it this way. Image, media library. Let's go with this one. Okay, so now we have added these 3. What we can do now is highlight our ministries. Now this might not be the right picture, but let's go ahead and just type adults, youth, and worship. Okay, so we have adult ministries, youth ministries, and worship. Let's go ahead and get rid of this little paragraph. Okay, so what we could do from this point is we could add a button under each one, or we could make the text clickable, or we could make the image clickable, or we could do all 3. So let's do an example of making the image and this text clickable. To do that, we go to the image block, and above here you will find a insert link option. So we'll click on that, and you could put the full URL or address to where you want the destination to be, where the person will go when they click on this. Or we can just find one of the pages that we already have published. And this is one reason why we created the pages before we started working on this. So let's just type adult and let it search, and there it will bring up the adult ministries page we created. We will click apply, and then update. And now you can see the cursor changes to a hand because it's clickable. We can click on that and be taken to our adult ministries page that we created. Okay, coming back, we can also click on the heading here, select that, use the link tool, search for our adult ministries page, update it, reload, and now this has become clickable. Okay, so that's one way you can do that. We could also add a button afterwards if we wanted to. So let's insert after. Let's search for buttons. Let's just choose an advanced button. We could do learn more. And then we can make this button go to the adult ministry page. And we can use our themes, preset design, reload, and there we have a Learn More button. Okay, so that's a few ways we could handle this section. Now, another thing that's handy is if you wanted to have all three of these match, we could duplicate a button. Duplicate, duplicate. Now we have three buttons here stacked up in the same section, but we can drag these down here into the other columns. Now remember, these will be copies, so they will be linking to the same place. We need to change where they're linking to. We can do that under the settings. So let's search for youth. And here we will search for worship. Update. And then this Learn More button we do not need. So let's remove it. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what we have. So we've added our top header here. We have added a new picture and a little message about who we are. And we have added 3 pictures to give quick links to some of our main ministries. And we can edit this text if we would like. And I'd say we have our homepage done for now. Of course, this is very simple. You would be free to add any sort of content you want. And you could add a contact page on here. You could add a map on here. You could add service times. There's one more thing I want to point out that is really handy as you're exploring the different kinds of blocks. And that is, there is a design library that comes with the Kadence blocks, but also just with the core WordPress software, there are pre-made designs with blocks as well. So let's go ahead and click this blue one up here. And what I'm talking about is called patterns. So if you wanted to add a section like this without having to create it all from scratch, you could go to patterns and you might find columns. It gives you different layouts here. So if you wanted to, oh look, they already have one of similar to what we just created. So if I were to click on this, it will add this in here for us. And then we can go through and update the images and update the text and update the links. And it would have it all preset for us. The design library is similar in that this is a separate library provided by the people who create the Kadence theme and the Kadence blocks. And here you can search by different things. The hero image we placed at the top, you can use one of these preset ones and make any changes you want. There's a form you can add for a contact form. Here's a feature section if you wanted to feature a certain ministry or something like that. Here's an accordion setup, and if you wanted to put some sort of FAQ, you can just browse through all of them. So that is a very, very handy way to build the sections of a page. And just one more thing, each one of these sections has its own design elements. So if I click on this top section here, and I go to the style options, I can change the background color to something different to help it stand out from the other sections. And I can have like a lot of different customization options. Let's see how that turns out. So it's as easy as that to add sections and then make changes as you need to. I'm going to remove this. And so that's it for creating our front page.